Hello viewers, this is 5 Minute Mark and I am here with my lovely guest Ashep. We're going to start off today's show by talking about Bill Cosby, Ferguson, and the death of Marion Barry. What are your thoughts on these issues, Ashep?
Well, not much thoughts. Well, actually I have thoughts on the Ferguson incident. Mainly we're looking for justice in a system that never was designed to give us justice. That's somewhat of a quote by W.E.B. Du Bois. Plainly put, we want rights, we want this, we want that from the oppressor. That's how I look at it. Nothing has really changed since slavery except the shackles have been removed physically from us. But we're still in the place of slavery. And you know, until we recognize that and decide to do things on our own schools, our own houses, our own education system, our own finances, then we're going to keep on seeing the same thing over and over again. So that's my thought on that. Bill Cosby, well, I was just as shocked as most people would have found out that the Jello pudding man, shit, he was getting his more than his share of pudding in back in the day. You know, so and just one of those things is just part of our society that we gotta, you know, accept this reality. Some folks have a side to them that, you know, may not be all that righteous or right, but what we do know, I guess, all things in darkness will come to the light. And as far as Marion Barry goes, I've been in DC for like 20 years. When I came, he wasn't the mayor, but I heard so much about him as the mayor. But when I was here when he came back a second term, you know, once he had this incident, we went away for a while, came back, was mayor again. I was around at that time. And just from the people that I know who are Washingtonians, had the experience of actually having their first jobs with him, and you know, they have seen how he has done so much for the people. He is definitely a people's mayor, more somebody who's for the people. So the title mayor for life, I can definitely see how that applies to him, because even when he left the office of mayor, working in Ward 8 as a council member, he still was doing things for the people. So I can remember good things to say about Mr. Honorable Marion Barry as the DC's mayor for life.
Lastly, I would like to ask you about just energies. You know how you encounter different people and the energies that they put off, or people will meet you and say, hey, you have such a great energy, or hey, I don't know, that person got that energy. You know, how do people sense and pick that up, and how does energy transfer? Because that's another thing I was reading about recently, about just the transference of energy.
Right. And
why people do avoid, you know, negative energy for that reason, because it transfers.
Right. Well, simply put, because that's all there is, energy. That's all that exists. Even you and I, we have a physical body sitting here, you know, watching this physical camera, but yet and still, we're all energy. In fact, we're all exchanging vibratory frequencies right now. Like, all of our energies are exchanging. Ours more so than the camera and the tripod, but yet there's still some interaction. The reason being because we're more live, we're more vibrant. And as far as being able to sense energies, that's a natural phenomenon that we all have. Just some of us have it more natural than others. Whenever we come around someone, we're just able to pick up either this person's happy or sad or good or bad, depending upon the level of our receptivity. You know, how open we are to actually receive and process energies. But we're always processing energies all day, every day. And that's one of the things of, we can have mood swings without even knowing it, because our energy system is processing energies we're not even aware of, unconsciously. And we can come in contact with someone without consciously knowing that vibration. But depending upon their nature of thoughts, for the most part, I mean, if they're thinking a lot of times about negative, worry, their vibration is more heavy, whereas they're thinking a lot of time about happy and enjoying life, their vibration is more light. But whether we're constantly able to notice that vibration or not, there's an exchange just by being around that person, and we find ourselves being either drained or uplifted without even saying a word, just because of that person's vibration.
Great, thank you.
Outside Georgia Avenue, nation's capital, baby, Chocolate City, at least to us still, you know. Yeah.